So I was just looking at this article where it seems that everyone's in a panic that Elon Musk is going to buy NBC. Is it NBC or MSNBC? I haven't even closely read that. I mean, I get really confused with all these NBCs, whether it's MSNBC or there are many different ones. But um, I just thought to myself, oh my God, this man is really scary. He's really scary on many different levels. And I thought to myself, these journalists over at CNN are almost oblivious. They think, oh, he's talking about NBC. And I'm sitting here thinking, but wait a minute, what makes them think he'd stop there, or even that it's really NBC that he's interested in? What if he buys CNN? I mean, what if he buys YouTube? You guys, YouTube. You guys, we're finished. We're toast. I told you, don't pick Kamala, you guys. Go for somebody else. Too much at stake. And you see, they haven't even begun to torment us. And you know what he said? It's going to be wildly tragic and entertaining. And you need to believe him. This is his intention they're going to create such havoc in America and the world. It's going to be epic. What if he buys YouTube, you guys? This is my big concern. What if this man buys YouTube? If he could buy Twitter, I'm assuming he could buy YouTube. Apparently he's worth $350 billion. Now, what if he buys CNN? If Elon Musk were to buy NBC, CNN, or YouTube, I think that either way you cut it, it will be catastrophic for press freedom, for journalistic integrity, and for the diversity of voices in media. I mean, I definitely would not be on YouTube anymore, for sure. Because even if I wanted to be, I would be blocked, because this guy has an apartheid way of thinking. Only some people belong. This is my sense of him. It's my opinion. This is how he thinks. This is how he sees the world, in my opinion, right? His unpredictable leadership style and history of controversial decisions raise serious concerns, I would think, if you were to buy either of these three entities, about the First Amendment, about freedom of speech, and the very stability of these iconic outlets, platform, media outlets, as you want. Now, if he were to take over NBC, right, I think it would fundamentally jeopardize NBC's journalistic integrity and the long-standing reputation that NBC has as a trusted news and entertainment source in the United States, right, and the world, frankly. NBC's news division, known for its measured coverage. Does he want NBC or MSNBC? Because it might make a difference. I don't know. But let's assume NBC. NBC's news division, known for its measured coverage, could be at risk of being reshaped into a platform with a Musk purchase of Musk's personal viewpoints and his corporate interests, right? His disdain for traditional media, he called NBC the scum of the earth, just for reference. His disdain for traditional media, which he often brands as biased, suggests he might suppress stories critical of his businesses or political allies, right? So you wouldn't have a balanced viewpoint at all. Such interference would undermine NBC's journalistic independence, I'm thinking, potentially chilling press freedom in one of America's most influential networks, right? I mean, this is all assuming if he were to buy NBC, you guys. I think there would be mass resignations of veteran journalists. I don't think Elon would care. And I think there would be a fracturing of its audience, which would leave the network a shadow of its former self, although the new self might be so filled up with conservative viewers, a conservative audience, that I don't think he would give a darn if all of these veteran journalists left. In fact, maybe that's what he wants, because, again, he calls them the scum of the earth, and NBC is not a building, it is a collection of journalists, right? So he's basically saying that the journalists are the scum of the earth. I don't think he'd care if they quit, right? What do you think? Are you at NBC? Are you nervous? I think they're all nervous. They're like literally crapping on themselves right now, and maybe with good reason. Now, let's say he took over CNN. A Musk takeover of CNN would be equally dire. I think the repercussions would be just as if he took over NBC, right? So Musk, has demonstrated a tendency to weaponize platforms. Look at what he did with X to amplify his own voice and stifle critics. I mean, he says he's about free speech, not so sure. I mean, I got blocked or restricted on Twitter. Me, I mean, hello. I wasn't even talking about politics at that point. You know what I mean? I was doing my Harry and Meghan content. I only started politics after Biden picked Harris, and I was like, what? Right? Before that, I was sleeping. I was like little, sleeping ugly over here, just like minding my business. And then, the world blew up, right? The world blew up. And, but I was, he blocked me on Twitter. He restricted my account, right? So I think if he got CNN, it's the same thing. He's going to weaponize these platforms, these media channels. He's going to control them in such a way so as to amplify his voice and that of, other conservatives and stifle any critics, right? CNN is a global news powerhouse by most, measures, right? And I think if he bought CNN, he would retool the whole thing and rejig it to serve his political and personal agenda. And I think this would erode the commitment to unbiased reporting that CNN likes to think it is, its brand is, right? They like to think that's their brand. I think journalists, if Musk were to buy CNN, would face editorial pressure to skew stories or avoid covering issues that conflict with Musk's interests, right? And this obviously would undermine the First Amendment's guarantee of a free press. Look, there are some press that I do think, hello, like, what is this? You need to be controlled. Musk needs to come in here. But if he went in, he'd just make it worse because those are the types of press he likes, right? Anyway, his history with X, that's Musk, formerly Twitter, suggests a willingness to cut staff ruthlessly. And look what he's going to do with Dodge, just fire all these federal workers who voted for Trump because Trump said he was going to create jobs. No, he's going to go in and he's going to get rid of tens of thousands, if not, millions of them. I mean, I don't know how many people we're talking about here, but a lot of people. He has a budget to cut like trillions of dollars, right? So he will be ruthless, and he has said it's going to be tragic and entertaining. I can't get that out of my mind, right? And of course, if he were to acquire CNN, just as if he acquired NBC, I think that there will be mass resignations and firings, of course. But I don't think he'd care about people resigning. He would want it, right? This would leave the network gutted of talent with its credibility irreparably damaged, in my opinion. Now, let's say he acquired YouTube. Well, I'm done. I'm dead. People like me out for sure, right? It would be kind of, again, a form of apartheid, how that would run. It's some people in, some people out. Now, his acquisition of YouTube would really... Sorry about that. I lost my battery, but his acquisition of YouTube would be just as disastrous as if he acquired NBC or CNN. Don't get me wrong, and it would be particularly terrible for the community of creators and users on YouTube. I don't think he would care. He's a disruptor, and it would be his amusement, right? We saw his erratic approach to content moderation with his controversial management of X. He would bring that over to YouTube, and I think this could lead to rampant misinformation, hate speech, or censorship of dissenting voices, frankly. And I think creators would flee en masse, or they would just be restricted and blocked. They would have to leave. I mean, people like me would have to get off, right? He wouldn't want us there, for sure. And, but people would be really afraid of Musk and his capricious decisions and his prioritization of his own messaging and that of his allies, right? And if he were to acquire YouTube, the platform's massive influence on public discourse would amplify the damage that he could do, as Musk could wield YouTube as a tool to reshape narratives and undermine public trust in media, right? Moreover, YouTube's reliance on diverse content might suffer if Musk's ownership discourages advertisers or forces creators to self-censor for fear of being, removed. Anyway, in every case, a Musk-controlled NBC, CNN, or YouTube would threaten the fundamental principles of a free and independent press, alienate employees, and destabilize trust in these critical media institutions. What do you think about that? I mean, is it just like a joke? I mean, there's no way he's going to acquire NBC, right? Certainly not CNN, and most definitely not YouTube, right, you guys? Because when this man talks, I am not amused. I take him very seriously. And I think he and Trump together, they intend domination in ways that the country and world have never seen. Um, I mean, it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic, and who's to blame? As I said, it's and I'm not going to even say it anymore, but because I don't want to be the heavy. But I told y'all, don't put Kamala against Trump. She can't win. Right? Because this is what happens when people don't listen to me. Right? Now you have Elon Musk. He's going to buy everything. He's going to buy everything and control everything. And we're all toast. And yeah, that's it. Anyway, listen, that's all for this one, you guys. This is a really long video. It's got like 3 more minutes. Maybe I'll just put some music at the end so you can stop here or you can listen to the music. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye. If you want, it would be nice to subscribe to the channel, please, if you can, and support the channel, and hit the thumbs up button, hit the notification bell so you don't lose me if I keep changing the names of my channel, which I do, okay, and leave a nice comment, and I'm sure that the sound of church bells. Anyway, let me get some music for you. Hold on.